Emily, and today we're at the Creighton Business School with Professor John Deskins, who teaches economics here. And today we're going to be talking about the Earned Income Tax Credit. So John, what motivates your blog today?
Well, my friend and colleague Tim Bastian a few weeks ago talked about the minimum wage in this same forum. And he talked about how the minimum wage has a worthwhile goal to help low-income people help boost their income. It succeeds in helping some people boost their income for sure. But at the same time, the minimum wage has some problems associated with it. In particular, as Tim pointed out, the minimum wage most likely creates unemployment among that same group that it's intending to help. So the minimum wage is problematic, and I'm here to respond to that.
So is there an alternative to the minimum wage?
Well, today I want to talk about the Earned Income Tax Credit. This is a federal tax policy that has the same goal of helping boost the income of low-income households. It's been around since 1976. It was created during the Ford administration, and it was strengthened significantly during the Reagan administration. But what it is, it's a tax credit. It's a refundable tax credit for low-income households, and effectively, low-income households pay a negative personal income tax rate. They get money back from the government through the personal income tax system rather than paying taxes to the government. Now, this is from the personal income tax perspective. This does not include payroll taxes. That's a separate issue, so don't confuse the two. It's effectively a wage subsidy for low-income households. The idea is that you can qualify for the EITC. If you're a family of four, typical household, you can qualify with an income up to somewhere around $40,000.
Then what are the benefits of the Earned Income Tax Credit?
Benefits are, it provides incentives for individuals, families in this circumstance, to enter into the labor force. They're getting effectively a higher wage because of the EITC, so it's a greater incentive to get into the labor force. That's the theory, and the empirical results are very strong, indicating that it does work in increasing labor force participation among this targeted group. So the benefits of the program are that it helps boost the income of lower income households, helps boost their income, helps reduce poverty in some ways, and it doesn't face that problem that's associated with the minimum wage that Tim referred to, where unemployment is increased. As a matter of fact, the EITC reduces the number of people who are not working.
Are there any drawbacks to this tax credit?
Of course there are. Economists are known for speaking on both hands. On the one hand we have this benefit, on the other hand we have that cost. Of course there are drawbacks. The main problem is that in a revenue neutral sense, if we're giving these people money, that we're going to have to raise taxes elsewhere. So if we raise taxes on higher income people, it can reduce their work incentives, it can reduce their work effort, it can reduce their labor supply, it can reduce their risk-taking, and it can reduce their entrepreneurial drive or their entrepreneurial spirit. So that's certainly a cost, and we need to recognize that. And it can also actually, even for people who qualify for the EITC, those who were working anyway but who are still able to qualify for the EITC, it can reduce their labor supply as well. So some significant costs that need to be addressed.
Okay. So John, what's your opinion on the matter?
Well, my own opinion is, well, before I get to my own opinion, the bottom line is that it's largely a value judgment as to whether we should be interested in using public policy to help lower income households in the first place. That's a value judgment, and that philosophical question is largely outside of the scope of economic science. But if we're going to go that route, or if we're going to continue to go that route, I should say, I think the EITC offers many advantages over the minimum wage. My own personal opinion is that the EITC is a good policy. I think we should keep it in place. But another question is, should the EITC be left as is? Should it be made less generous, or should it be made more generous? And that's a much more subtle question, a much more difficult question. Another one, that's a question that I'll leave till later. But at the very least, I can say that I think the EITC in general is a good policy.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that discussion. And if you have any questions or comments, follow us on Twitter, find us on Facebook, or feel free to comment on this blog. Thanks.